Hey, family, how are you? Yes, yes, yes. It's the time you've been waiting for. That's right. Senior Talk with Claire Hubbard, your resource and information show for people getting better with age. Well, I don't know where you are in the world, but if you see the smiling guest that we have, Miss Naquita Sanford, let me tell you, she's going to be representing senior lifestyle. Let me tell you, a phase point in Blue Island. Let me tell you, it's a great thing. We're going to tell you what you can do to anticipate a supportive living experience while you're getting better with age. Tell your family and friends, Senior Talk Media is live. We'll be right back after our opening. Everyone stay tuned. Well, family, as I told you, we are live. We are so excited to be back. I have been away for a while, but just making sure that we bring the best in programming to you. And so we are not stopping short of bringing our returning guest and sponsor, our friends of Senior Suites. Let me tell you, senior lifestyle, they got it going on. Previously, over some months, we were talking to the phenomenal Pat Edmond, and she's out there in the beautiful city of Chicago Heights at Dixie Crossing. But let me tell you, Blue Island has a sunshiny and smiling person who's ready to serve you. And her name is Naquita Sanford. She is doing it big. Let me tell you, she stopped and put on her roller skates this morning, took them off and said, you know what? Let's get this done. So Naquita, welcome to Senior Talk. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Miss Clara. Thank you for having me. Yes, it's wonderful.
Yes, it is. So what we're going to do, we're going to just have a conversation among ladies. And, I'm going to sit in some regards, as they say, I'm going to sit in the regards to the new client, or the new resident family that you'll be experiencing shortly coming into your property. So if you could, let's just first of all talk about your experience, because you can't just walk into Senior Suites and start working. You have to have some kind of background. So let's know, who are we talking about? What is your experience in this path that you're taking now?
Yeah, as far as the staff and having a background, absolutely. You have to have a heart. And what I mean by that is heart is our core value. All of our staff is handpicked by our wonderful executive director, Belinda Mays Howard. And when she's selecting a staff for our seniors' home, because ultimately it is their home, you have to have hospitality. You have excellence, appreciation, respect, and you have to be a team player, because at Seniors at Lifestyle, we are all about teamwork. So you have to have a heart. Yes, ma'am.
Well, you said it. First of all, you said lifestyle, but then you said excellence. That's what I'm working on. There's a spirit of excellence. And one of the things I tell people, I have been doing this program for 11 years. I sit in the seat of a loved one who's thinking of how their family members would want to consider a better quality of life. They're older Americans. We call them people getting better with age. We don't call them seniors. It's a stretch, but that's our tag. And so we appreciate that. So let's say you've been with the property, and some months ago, we're just still slowly, I'm still saying we're slowly coming out of COVID. We're getting out, we're opening the doors. But what was that process like during the heavier times of COVID-19? I know the first thing I got called, I can't see my mama, my auntie. What was that experience, and how did you all cruise through it with respect of the residents and the families?
Yes, I wasn't there during that time, Miss Clara, but I did hear, and I'm still, picking up, information, about, the process. Some of those processes are still in place. From what I was told, it was very heartbreaking. I mean, just from what staff was telling me during that time, not being able to touch, not being able to feel and embrace their loved ones, it was hard.
Yeah.
It was hard. You saw it all over the news. It was a reality. It was a reality.
Wow.
Staff didn't know, what it was. Families didn't know what it was, So they did put processes in place where families can still see their loved ones. They didn't have contact, say, but they were able to see them via the windows. And, then we opened up a little bit more. I know they were engaging with their loved ones on our patio out back. So it was rough.
Yeah.
It was rough.
So, and I do know, having talked to, as I mentioned, Pat, the protocols, and basically we had to do is follow what the CDC said, but it was a shock to the family members of just, not being able to be with their loved ones. And we know that is a rough time. But now that we are in a new period now, we're still being cautious. Let's be clear. So what is the new phase now that's happening through Senior Lifestyle?
So we're learning to live with COVID. We're learning to live it because, like you said, COVID hasn't went anywhere. So we still have processes in place, sort of far as temperature checks. Are very we are I apologize, my phone. We are taking our time when it comes to doing like events for the community. We're doing events and but we're safe. We're doing outdoor things. Like, for example, this past summer we had an amazing luau where we invited family and friends on the back patio. We had Polynesian dancers. So this summer we started inviting the families and community back because we were able to do it in an open setting. To provide that space and social distancing. We still have, our visiting hours in place, so when you are visiting a loved one, but at least you can visit.
Yes.
You can touch. Yes. At least you can hug. But we have to still be mindful. So we do ask our guests, to leave, at a certain time. We do.
But you know what? I'm going to say this too. Thank you. And just, I'm speaking on behalf of myself, someone who's an advocate for seniors, people getting better with age. Thank you to the families that understood and worked with these communities. The residents had their own experience. We had our own experience. And so I know someone called me and I said, let's be clear. We're all learning what is happening. Yes. And when it is safe, I am sure no one has put something in place where you cannot communicate with your loved one. And so I just thank the families in advance for just taking the time to say, you know what, they're in a place that we chose. So we're presuming that they will do the better quality of life and protect our loved ones. So thank you, families. Hello, hello.
Thank you. Because that's the last thing we want to do is isolate one. Right. The last thing you want to do. Supportive living and senior lifestyle, it's all about social programming.
Girl, yes, it is. They do everything there. So let me do this. I mean, we got some more room, but let's do this. What is the good quality? How do we take our loved ones, or let's say, I'm looking at, and we're going to show the video because it is totally stellar. It represents you so well. But what are the things that family members need to look at? Sometimes maybe some people were in their family homes during, let's say, the COVID process, and then we may see some changes. Tell us about the term supportive living, what that means.
Yeah, supportive living. Thank you, Claire, for mentioning that, because a lot of people don't understand. Families don't understand supportive living. And let me tell you what it's not. It's not, and not that anything is wrong with this level of care, but it's not a nursing home.
Amen. Be back. Say it again.
It's not a nursing home. It's not. Right. Supportive living gives you the opportunity to live your best life.
That's my favorite.
Yes, to live your best life. Right. In supportive living, you're still independent. You're still independent, but you do have those support services with activities of a daily living all under one roof. So you have social programming. You're able to congregate with your peers. You're not isolated at home alone. You're not wondering about what you're going to eat next. So when your loved one is going to come home and prepare a meal, because that's being prepared for you.
Yes.
3 meals a day, plus it's awesome. Yes.
So what would I recognize or what is the situation, let's say, in my home? And I have a busy career.
Okay.
And let's say my loved one I don't get to be with them often until after my days are over. You know what I mean? And they're in
Mhm.
the home by themselves. Would supportive living be the best structure in regards to that? Or what makes a good resident, let's say family to resident, say, you know what, let's go by, senior lifestyle of Blue Island and check with that what they got on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
What would be that conversation to say, let's take a further look?
absolutely. I really think and appreciate families that do identify their loved
Yeah.
one that's sitting at home while they're working. Because, in this, we have to work, So living is a great option. Mom and dad is sitting at home. You choose supportive living. Mom, dad is engaged. They're busy. They're eating. They're getting their medication. They're not sitting there isolated and lonely because we do have an awesome social programming director. Her name is Shelly. She makes sure that she tap on those doors. She gets our residents out of their apartment and get them in crafts and get them, in our, music time and drawing time. We're making sure that they're eating. So, yeah. So, like I said, I really appreciate those families that do understand that. I know they're trying to do what's best for mom. And
Hmm.
have this thing to think, we have this way of thinking, like, I can't put my mom in a community like that because I promised my mom, that I would.
Let
Yeah.
me tell you something. You hit it on the head, and that is
Yeah.
something that we really want to encourage
Yeah.
our families. And if we can be African American families or those of color, we are very. I'm keeping mom and dad, but let me tell you, I have seen personally
Mhm.
the extended years of life when they're engaging with other persons, with their peers. Hello,
Yeah.
I've seen them. They line dancing, they partying, they going on trips, they going on casinos, they going to the mall. So there is a whole dynamic of considering supportive living. It's almost like we are holding back their better quality of years because for what? I mean,
Yeah.
you can only watch so much TV. But
Yes.
be engaging and exercising the body. I know I've been to one senior suite. I said, where am I? Like I said in our green room, it's like a cruise ship on land. We get to order our meal. We sitting at the table of four,
Oh,
some men playing pool. I'm like, okay, playing cards. I said, well,
yeah.
I'm only 51, but hey, in consideration down the line, sign me
Yeah.
up.
That's
Meal
true.
cook. You know what? I'm all in. I'm all in. So let's do this. We're going to take a quick break, and I want to show everybody this experience because we can only tell you on our end, but we want you to see this experience. It is something that you will not want to miss. Everyone, stay tuned. We're going to be right back after this video commercial from our friends at Phase Point, Prairie Green at Phase Point.
My daughter and I came over, and I was very, very much impressed. I just loved the studio apartment, and I wanted to move in right away. The food is nice.
We have 6 different items available for them to choose on the menu, as well as diabetic desserts. They have a variety.
If I just want something light, I can get soup and sandwich. If I want something where I got vegetables and everything else, it's a well-structured meal.
We offer the beauty shop. And we also have Genesis Therapy Company for the speech and physical therapy. One of the other things that we also offer is activities.
I like the movies they do. I like Wii bowling.
He participates in the dancing.
To see the residents up and dancing and just having a good time, I think that's just awesome.
The staff's good to me.
Every employee, they love what they do and they come to work and it shows. I love to work for seniors because our community gives them security, it gives them a peace of mind, and they become like my second family.
my home. And I really am. I really do like my home a whole lot. Oh, well, I just think it's magnificent. It's just outstanding to me. And I like it. I like it. I love it.
With the resident, I like it. I like it. I love it.
I love it. Yes, that's awesome.
So how does it feel to go to a place that is engaging as well as it is? I mean, like I said, the man was playing pool. The lady was sitting on the back with lemonade and in the back in the, what's that beautiful? Do you have a gazebo there?
We don't have a gazebo, but we have a huge patio out back.
All right. I'm going to see that patio this week. I have to come do a field trip. Look, we need to get something there before it get cool. We need to do some kind of something before it get cool. So what does it mean to go into a place that makes you smile every day? Because you're smiling, but I know we were talking a couple of weeks ago. I have some residents to see and just new entries, new people coming through. So what does that mean to you?
I love it. You know, for me, Miss Clara, it's my ministry.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, girl. Now let me get closer. Go ahead, girl.
Yeah, it is. It really is. You have to really, I'm the type of person, I really have to believe, you know, in whether it's a product or an experience or a service in order for me to talk about it. I'm comfortable talking to you about supportive living because I believe in it. I support and I love the supportive living model. Mom, dad don't have to go from home to nursing home. It's a whole lifestyle.
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell you.
Right. And I really I've been to several, and I really like that they have exercise and they have therapy, you know, something that will keep them engaged. But I think the peer-to-peer living experience is untouched, it's untapped. And for us to have this experience in a beautiful setting, I'd like when I've been to some and it's mealtime and they select their meals, they come down. I said, well, like the man said, it's done well. She is so right.
Style dining. I want to share a story for you. I got a couple minutes.
Okay, yes, you do.
Story with you. So, you know, a family. I'm gonna move to, senior, and she was being taken care of by her nephew. So her family was concerned because they didn't understand supportive living. Yeah. And this gentleman, I won't say his name, but he like, go by and visit, auntie. Go by and visit. So they came by and they visited. So they asked to speak with me. So I came right out. So they're sitting down there telling me no. They said, yeah, come by and check on my auntie. My nephew done put up in here. And we had to see what it was about and make sure it was okay. And I said, so let me ask you this. Does it meet your standard? Is it okay? She said, girl, where do I get an application for myself? She said, right? Where do I get an application for myself? Because we was just talking about what do we do? What do we do after this? Oh my goodness. And that's what it's about. That's what it's about.
Yes.
It's about, getting out there, talking about, like you're doing, providing a platform to get families to understand, that, supportive living is not what you think. It's not a nursing home. You're still very much independent, and you have those support services, when you need them.
And we want to be very clear because we know nursing homes are needed. This is definitely an option for those who are independent, would need a little bit of additional services. We got some seniors who just, they need, like, I know a couple who, when we go to the movies and plays, and let's be clear, there is also transportation because you also have a bus. Am I correct?
Yes, we do. We do have a bus. And the wheels on our bus go round and round.
They go to the show, they go to the movie, they go to the mall, a little bit of everything. That's a little bit of everything. And that's a beautiful thing. So, I'm just excited because I know what the model is, but there's someone who may say, I hear the smiling ladies talking and all that. What are the words or some things that you say, let's take a look at independent living for your loved one? What would you say?
As far as words, it's like,
Or
And
for consideration to seek, independent supportive living.
exactly. I mean, you can just look at activities of a daily living. You
Yeah.
can it's about 15. You can take those and kind of decide. My thing is you have mom or dad struggling to do the laundry versus supported living. You got the assistants with the laundry. You got mom, dad at home alone trying to keep up with the housework. Doing supportive living, you have that. So
Girl, what?
yeah, I'm trying to tell you, got mom and dad trying to figure out what they're going to eat in supportive living. 3 meals, plus snacks prepared by a chef.
Restaurant style.
Exactly. That's lifestyle. So when you look at those activities of mom, dad being afraid to take a shower, having that support from our
Mm,
certified nurses and assistants, making sure they're standing by, assisting them in and out. So you look at those ADLs,
yeah.
and it's like mom is struggling with these, but she don't have to. She can
Mm-hmm.
supportive living and get the help that she needs to maintain her independence.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
So now, what is the age requirement? Because like I said, I'm 51. I would see the benefit myself early, but I know better. But what is the age requirements for those to be considered a resident of your facility?
Yeah, 65 or better. 65 or better. But even if you're not 65, I encourage everyone to do your research. Start researching and start planning because
Mm-hmm.
you want to take advantage of supportive living while you can.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely.
So who makes a good resident? Some people, who makes a good resident in your facility? Some people I've known. We just need to ask that question. I'm not going to go any further. What would be a
Yeah,
good candidate to be a resident at your facility as well?
a good candidate at our community would be one that is 65 or better and that it
Mm.
needs assistance with activities of daily living that requires a one person assist.
Okay, okay.
That's a great candidate
There we
for
go.
yeah.
So let's lay down some of the things you have. We know you have the beautiful patio.
Yes,
We also have activities. We have uh, restaurant style dining.
yes, ma'am.
What am I missing?
You're missing you did mention our community boss. You did
Yes.
mention our 53 wonderful staff members. Yeah.
53.
Yes.
Wow.
And I know each community is unique.
Yes, yes.
Every community with supportive living, we offer the same services. Each community is unique, but what sets us apart is 53 reasons. And like I said, that's our wonderful staff.
I like that. I'll take that. So let's talk about the staff. I mean, 53 people, that's a lot of people. So what are the diverse, or is there a dietary person, or I mean, just break it down. Who are those networks of that 53? Give me a combo of who those persons are.
Absolutely. So you have our administrative staff, you have our dietary staff that includes our director of dietary. His name is Will. And then you have our servers, the ones that are, at the table, engaging with our residents, taking their orders. You have our cooks, you have, our other, positions like our, dishwashers and things like that, our prep cooks. Then even in the nursing department, we do have, you got our nurses, you have our CNAs, we do have housekeeping, we have also our maintenance team. So we are a big family.
As I told people previously, it's almost like a cruise ship on land.
We
Because
are a
look,
big family.
you can. We might as well just. I'm gonna tag it myself and put it on the front door because literally, you walk in, there's a smiling face, and then there's someone to direct you to whatever area you're most interested in. So we're pretty close. We're pretty
So,
close.
right. So
We're
I
pretty close.
have my concierge. The concierge, they are amazing. They are our front line, our first line, the first one to answer the phones to greet, and the first ones to greet when
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. We're very close. We're very close. So you can meet Naquita Sanford. Let me tell you, whew, it's been a whirlwind. We got a few more moments, but let me tell you, it is seniorlifestyle.com. You're going to search Phase Point, FAY apostrophe S Point, 1546 West Water Blue Street in Blue Island. And you can call her at 708-571-2596.
Yes.
Well, This has been a whirlwind. I need to have you on every week. You can bring sunshine and get my energy rolling too. But let's talk about this. What is your closing remark? We know that we are in a new phase, and we want families to really consider the options. It's not when you come in for a tour. I mean, just learn about it, and as you said, start preparing early. So, what is your closing remark for those future residents that'll be coming to see you?
Yeah, so start preparing. Don't guess what's going on in supportive living. Don't
Hmm,
guess what's
that's a
going
good one.
on at Phase Point. I'm always available. I welcome everyone to do a tour 1 time, 2 times, whatever you need. I'm gonna go at your pace. So come on in and see for yourself.
Oh my
Yes.
goodness, my new best friend. Just love. We're gonna go with your place. Because you know what? Some people I can go there. I got a few more minutes. Now we're gonna get there. No, we're gonna get you another closing remark. But here's the deal. Some people, or some organizations all about numbers.
Yeah.
They're not about the quality of care or understand what is needed for that resident, future, and whatever. I'm just so clear that it's not about numbers. It's about satisfactory lifestyle and a better quality of care for that person through their better years of life. And
Yes.
so I can tell you, Naquita Sanford, Senior Lifestyle, Blue Island, Chicago Heights, Prairie, Dixie
Yes.
Crossing. It's a whole gamut. They got a whole bunch of them. So find the one that's nearest to you. You can go to seniorlifestyle.com. All right, now, Naquita, that was my closing remark. Now, what is your closing remark once again?
But that's true. You know what you said, Clara. Everyone is at a different level when it comes to making a decision like this. So you do. You have
Yeah,
to go at the seniors' pace. And here, Senior Lifestyle. That's what we do.
that's right.
They're making an informed decision. Not a
Yes.
rush. Absolutely. So come on by Senior Lifestyle.
All right. And I am Clara Hubbard of Senior Talk Media, and I approve this message. So everyone, let me tell you, you don't want to miss an opportunity. As I mentioned, please give Naquita Sanford a call at 708-571-2596 or go to seniorlifestyle.com and search Phase Point. We will definitely have another show coming up with our sister friend, Pat Edmond. We love you. We love you. She's at Dixie Crossing, but we want to thank everyone who is tuning in. If you have any other questions, we want you to know that you can go and do this. You can go to Senior Talk, srtkmedia.com, or give us a call at our Senior Talk office at 312-428-6919, and we'll be happy to serve you. Well, thank you for joining us today, everyone. Don't forget that you can be a part of our network if you have a product, business, or service that can directly benefit this viewing and listening audience on many platforms. Please visit our website, srtkmedia.com. It's been my pleasure to serve you. And please remember, in complete darkness, we are all the same. It is only our knowledge and wisdom that separate us. Don't let your eyes deceive you. I've been your host, Clara Hubbard. Our special guest host was Naquita Sanford, my sister friend of Prairie Green. How you say? Prairie Greens of Phase Point.
You got
Phase Point. That's right, in Blue Island. We'll see you all next time. God bless you and take care.